Hi everybody, it's Amber from Sweet Am's Cookies. In this video, I'll show you how I made these number 3 cookies with edible royal icing sequins to celebrate my daughter's 3rd birthday. I'm using these cookie cutters that I found on Amazon. I'll link to these in the description. I'm also using the disco numbers set from Cakes by Jimena. I'm cutting these from a chilled sheet of cookie dough, and I'm putting together 2 cookie cutters to make a new shape. So first I'll do the 3 and then move that over to my baking sheet. I like to keep it in the cookie cutter to help keep its shape. And now I'm putting the bow on top, so this bow is going to fit right over that number 3 cookie. And now I'll just press those 2 cookies together before I bake them. This is a perforated baking mat which helps the cookies to bake evenly and nice and flat. I'll link to this in the description. I'll bake the cookies at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. I'm drawing a guide for the bow with an edible ink marker, and now I'm filling it in with black flood consistency icing and a decorating tip 2. My flood consistency icing is 15 to 20 second count. That means when you take a scoop of icing out of the bowl and drop it back in, it should take between 15 and 20 seconds to be completely smooth. If you want to learn more about it, you can watch my online class Royal Icing 101. The link is in the description. Now I'm using my scribe tool to help shape the icing. I still want to leave a little bit of room around the edge so that it doesn't spill over. This is flood consistency icing with a decorating tip 1, and I'm just using it to pipe dots on the black icing, and the black icing is still wet. I'll let this crust over for about 20 to 30 minutes before I pipe the bow center. I'll pipe the center with the same black flood consistency icing, and I'll put a few dots in there using the white flood consistency icing again. And then I'll set this aside to dry. To make sequins, I'm piping dots of pink flood consistency icing on a piece of wax paper. And this is a decorating tip 3. These dots will have to dry for a few hours. I let mine dry overnight. Once those are dry, you can remove them from the wax paper. Now the bow is completely dry. You can see that my nails are different. It's a new day, and I'm flooding this number 3 with flood consistency icing and a decorating tip 2. And then using my scribe tool to help shape the icing and spread it out a little bit. While that pink icing is still wet, I'm going to sprinkle on those dots that I made yesterday. I'm using the scribe tool to help push them into place. This will have to dry for at least a couple of hours before you paint it with the luster dust. This is blush gold from Crystal Colors. And this color is called Pink Gelato, and that's from Sweet Sticks. I'm mixing it with a few drops of vodka so that I can paint it onto the sequins. The reason I'm using vodka is because it evaporates really quickly, which means that it won't dissolve the icing as I paint. You can use vodka, grain alcohol, or any flavor extract for this process. And then you can just apply the paint to the icing. This brush is also from Sweet Sticks. And these are the finished cookies. If you'd like to see the tutorial for the rest of the cookies in this set, come on over to my Patreon and become a supporter.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Beautiful. It's a mouse. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Do you put on a bow on it?